Welcome in everyone to Postgame Wrap-Up interview with Coach Todd Henderson. We are in for a very exciting long season. Not a great start offensively for you guys. Had a
No.
couple struggles, but you did see a lot of good things from some of these young guys. What are some of the big keys as they continue to kind of grow in this program?
Start again. All right. Um, well, we got some really good players that came in, and we just need experience. We've had 4 practices, 9 freshmen, a lot of butterflies last night, and I asked him, said, "Did we lose or did we learn?" Well, we did both, but we learned an awful lot. I stayed up till 5 a.m. Going over game film from last night, dissecting the things that we need to work on. So we made some adjustments today, and we had a hell of a game today through 2 periods, and then it just kind of got away from us in the third period. This is the best team we're going to play all year by a considerable margin. So I kind of threw my freshmen to the wolves by putting Kansas on a schedule to kick off the season. Um, I think we have a real good chance to win every single game the rest of the season. Um, and this core unit of incoming freshmen are going to be together 4 years. So the chemistry is only going to get better over time. And I'm excited at where we're going to go. Um, they just need more experience.
And you guys play a very veteran team in Kansas as well. They've got their own facility. They've got all the time in the world to be able to practice. And you guys still showed, like you mentioned, a great first 2 periods. It's kind of the same thing last night. A 6-1 score turned into an 11-1 score. And, you guys just continue to improve every single time out.
Well, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And with the last season, we started off really rough with Creighton. And then we finished the season winning 5 of our last 6 games, including knocking off 23 ranked in the nation, Nebraska. At the end of the season is when we do our best work. And with this new group, we're just going to get better over time with more experience. And they wanted to do a running clock last night, and I was like, no, these guys, this is their first game. They need more ice time to find out the kind of caliber of players and teams that we're going to be facing. Initially, every time they got legally checked, they were taking it personally. Like, no, that's the way it is in college. They're going to knock you out, and it's going to be perfectly clean. So expect to be hit. And we adjusted, and I think we were better prepared for that here this morning.
And I think that's one of the biggest transitions for some of these guys. They're coming 4 months ago, they were graduating high school. Now they're thrown in 3 weeks
Right.
into college playing one of the best teams in the country.
Right, and we were down 3 forward today. Of course, my son had Air National Guard duty today and was out. Carter Osgood was banged up, so Brody Madigan left the forward line and was back up to Cole today. And of course, he did go in when Cole's skate went haywire on him, and he did a real good job filling in. We're very proud of him. We expect great things for him for the next 4 years. Um, who was the and of course, Aiden McGee was suspended for today's game, but just for today's game only. So he'll be back in action against the University of Wisconsin Platteville.
So you guys did get a couple of really nice goals last night and tonight, all of them really coming on breakaways. What are some of the keys to kind of being able to control the puck a little bit more, get into some offensive sets so you can score in more of the offensive third versus just the breakaways?
Well, one of the things that Kansas did really good is they spread out the ice, and they did a real good job of having somebody at the far blue line that was behind our defense on most possessions. We had a difficult time getting the puck out of the defensive zone. When we cleared the puck, it would go right back to their defenseman at the point. So we certainly have a lot of things that we have to work on. We've got practices to do that. We don't have a game for another 2 weeks. It's interesting. We spent more time on the penalty kill in these 2 games than we have in 4 practices working on the penalty kill. I'd go even further and say we spent more time on the penalty kill last night or even today alone than we have in 4 practices working on it. So it was good experience for him, and we're only going to get better.
Yeah, and it is early season. First 2 games of the year, you mentioned only 4 practices, and with such a kind of young team, there's going to be those early season mistakes and a lot to learn from these 2 games.
Well, you saw at times that for the through the first 2 periods they were clicking, and we came out firing, and we got some good shots on goal, and we were moving the puck well. They just wore us down, and they're a great team.
Well, Coach, I want to wish you guys luck the rest of the
Thank you.
season. We will have you guys back on October 17th and 18th when Platteville comes here
Mhm.
for that weekend series. We're now going to welcome in Matt Garcia, one of our two goal scorers tonight, as well as our national anthem singer.
Is this thing on? There we go.
Matt, I know you're used to having microphones.
Absolutely.
So you get back on the ice. You're now one of the more veteran players on this team as a sophomore. You get the starts this weekend as well. What was it like just getting back on the ice with this team for game action?
It's kind of funny. The first thing that I was thinking of was, where's my D partner? Dave, who's now a grad student. I first couple of weeks haven't seen him around much, so I'm like, where is Dave? So first practice, getting back with him was just it made me smile ear to ear because that's my guy right there. He's my partner, and then it was just great to get back on the ice and get with the boys and start learning the roles of these new freshmen who are coming in. And yeah, it's just been overall it's been a great start.
Right. So you guys get 2 games under your belt. You got a couple weeks off now. You're not necessarily normally a goal scorer on that defensive side. What was it like being able to put one up on one of the best teams in the entire country, though?
I think the goalie said I got a lucky shot. We were
That's what
talking.
they always say, though.
Well, yeah. Well, he pulled out his glove. I was asking him like, "Hey, how did that go in?" So he showed me his glove. And he's like, "There was a dip in the glove," and he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, it's a little lucky," but no, it was very strange because I didn't really expect to put one up there, but it was a team effort at the end of the day. That power play, we finally broke through, and I think that was a huge confidence boost, kind of going into next week now. So really, it's just good to kind of feel like we're putting up some confidence to us, and that's really what matters.
So now on the performance side of things, you got to do the national anthem
Mhm.
today and yesterday. Your parents mentioned you got a show coming up next weekend
Yeah,
here in the area.
Fire Trucker Brewery, Saturday, the 20th, 1 to 4 p.m. in Ankeny.
And then I know you also had a recent show at Paws and Pints. You were here a couple times over the summer. How have
Yeah,
the shows been kind of coming in over the last couple of months?
it's really just it's been a lot of emails, cold calls, and just keep trying if you don't get the right answer. It took me 18 months to get a couple of these shows and a couple places even back home. So it's really just you're relentless. You just wait for that phone call, wait for that email, and you never stop. You don't take no for an answer.
Well, I'll tell you this much. We love having you here at Drake. The player performer aspect is always a great story. I'm looking forward to having you on French with Friends coming
Absolutely.
up soon now that the school year's back in session. But, just being back for a second year, how do you feel now being one of these older players on this team, especially with a 9 freshman class coming in?
It's very strange because I don't think I've ever really been in this position before. Especially last year, I was the one in all the freshman shoes of like, this is new. I don't really know anyone. It's very hard to kind of step into that. But now, being like a veteran player now is just about trying to get the new guys comfortable, always hanging out with them, trying to get to know them more, their play styles, and just try to know them front to back so that way we can all help each other out because I feel like that's what makes Drake the best is that when I came in, that's kind of what the older guys did. And I just want to follow in the right footsteps. I want to be the best I can be as a player, as a mentor if I can. But overall, I just want to be the best influence I can be for anyone on this team.
All right. So you guys get a couple weeks off. What are your biggest personal takeaways, things to improve upon before that Platteville doubleheader?
Honestly, I just think chemistry is going to be a huge thing moving forward. There were huge glimmers of that, and I know we were short a couple of guys today, but we got a lot of good chemistry inside the locker room. I think it's time to just try to get that out as best as we can moving forward on the ice and keep working on that power play because we got something dangerous if we keep working on it. And like I said, we got flashes of brilliance. It's just time to make those full sunbursts.
All right. Well, good luck to you both on the performance side and for that game coming up against Platteville on the road in 2 weeks. And we will see you guys back on October 17th and 18th as Platteville comes to town for a matchup with your Drake Bulldogs. Make sure to stay tuned for all Drake Bulldog hockey here on Pardon My French Media, the Bulldogs live stream network. We'll catch